Beloved, the truth is beautifully simple yet profoundly ignored by the masses. You are the only power in your world. There is nothing outside of you that acts independently. Every face you see, every word spoken to you, every event that unfolds is but a mirror reflecting the invisible play of your own assumptions. When you grasp this, when you begin to see yourself not as a victim of circumstance, but as the creator of experience, you understand why your specific person can never truly let go of you. They may appear to move away for a while, but the appearance is deceptive, for consciousness never abandons what it has claimed as its own. What you have imagined, felt, and assumed with conviction continues to live and breathe in the unseen, and sooner or later, it must manifest before your eyes. The entire drama of love, of separation and reunion, is nothing more than consciousness objectified. You are consciousness itself, clothed in flesh, dreaming this vivid play of life. And because you are consciousness, everything that concerns you springs forth from the state you occupy. If you dwell in the state of being desired, adored, and chosen, you cannot experience anything contrary to it for long. The outer world must conform. Your SP, the one you love, must feel that magnetic pull back toward you because they are you pushed out. There are no others. There is only your awareness objectified into seeming others. The illusion of separation between you and your SP is the grand trick of the senses. Your eyes see them as a distinct individual. Your ears hear their words as coming from another. But in truth, there is only one being expressing in countless forms. When you think of them, you do not send thoughts across some distance. You are not reaching out to another mind. You are simply touching that portion of yourself which they represent. The moment you imagine them loving you, thinking of you, missing you, that imagination is reality. It is done in the invisible world, and the invisible is always the cause of the visible. You are not waiting for them to realize something. You are the one who realizes it, and your realization compels them to play their part. So many believe that love is an external chase, a negotiation of attention, a series of strategies to win another's heart. But the truth is far simpler. You are not here to chase love. You are here to embody it. You are not to force or beg for affection, but to assume that you are already the one who is loved beyond measure. When you assume this state, quietly, naturally, and persistently, your SP's heart is drawn back to you with irresistible force, because they must reflect the consciousness that animates them. They cannot resist the pull of the reality you have accepted. When you say to yourself, "They can't let me go," this is not arrogance, it is understanding. You are not claiming ownership over another soul. You are acknowledging that your consciousness is the creative law. The moment you imagined being with them, that union became a living reality in the unseen. They are bound to you not by chains of possession, but by the law of assumption. Everything in your world follows the pattern of your inner belief. If you believe that they always return, then they must. Let us go deeper into this mystery. Every desire is a divine invitation to assume its fulfillment. You would not even feel the longing for your SP unless the fulfillment of that desire already existed in another dimension of being. The desire itself is the sign that it is done. What prevents its appearance is not external resistance, but internal doubt. The mind, trained to believe only what it sees, begins to waver. It looks at the silence, the absence, the delay, and calls it reality. But the wise one knows that the outer world is merely the past crystallized. What you see now is nothing more than the shadow of old beliefs. Change your assumption, and you will change the world you see. You must withdraw your attention from the old story, the story of rejection, of distance, of uncertainty. Stop repeating it to yourself. Stop feeling it as though it were true. The past has no power except the power you lend it. Every time you recall the old pain, you breathe life into it again. Instead, dare to occupy the new state, the state where you are already loved, chosen, and desired. Live from it as naturally as you live from your own name. See your SP's eyes filled with affection. Feel their touch. Hear their voice telling you that they never stop thinking about you. Let this scene play not as a desperate wish, but as a serene knowing. There is no need to affirm frantically, to visualize with strain. The creative act is effortless. It is done in quiet conviction. When you feel the reality of your desire, even for a moment, it is finished. The seed has been planted. You may go about your day, knowing that life itself will reorganize to bring the fulfillment to you. Your SP will find reasons, coincidences, and impulses that lead them back, for your inner assumption has made it inevitable. They cannot escape it because there is no outside of consciousness. You are not to wonder when or how. The moment you ask, you confess separation. The how belongs to the unseen intelligence that animates all things. Your work is only to assume the end. You live in the end, not as an act of pretending, but as an act of faith. To live in the end means to feel, here and now, the joy of already having what you desire. You are not waiting, you are being. The unseen will then clothe itself in visible form. Every reunion, every return begins in imagination. Before the phone call, before the message, before the meeting, there was first the unseen assumption of union. This is why so many experience their SP returning out of the blue. There is no out of the blue. There is only reflection. The moment you cease doubting, the moment you claim the reality of love, the outer world conspired to make it known. Perhaps they dreamt of you. Perhaps they felt an inexplicable pull. Perhaps memories began to flood their mind. These are not coincidences. They are echoes of your assumption, stirring the subconscious connection that binds you both. Remember this truth: no one comes to you except by your invitation. Your invitation is not words spoken aloud, but feelings entertained within. When you feel unwanted, you invite neglect. When you feel cherished, you invite devotion. You are always calling forth experiences to match your inner state. If you find yourself asking, why aren't they here yet? It means you have stepped out of the state of being desired and into the state of being without. Step back. Close your eyes. Enter the feeling that it is already done. Feel the calm satisfaction of union. Let the desire rest in that peace. That peace is the sign that the assumption has taken root. Even if your SP seems far away, even if communication has ceased, it does not matter. What matters is your inner conviction. The outer appearance is the past. Your new assumption is the future taking shape. They may be dating someone else. They may appear indifferent. But you know that appearances are shadows. The truth is invisible. They cannot forget you because you are the one consciousness expressing as two. You are the root of their affection. Your love exists within them because it originates from the same source, your own awareness. This is not to say that you must manipulate or control. You do not need to force anyone's will. The law of consciousness is not about domination. It is about unity. You simply acknowledge that there is no separation between you and what you love. The version of your SP who adores you already exists within the infinite possibilities of consciousness. By dwelling in that version, you call it forth. You are not creating something new. You are selecting a reality that already is. The moment you change your inner state, the old version of them begins to fade away and the new version emerges. You will witness them shifting before your eyes. They will say words you once only imagined. They will express feelings you once longed to hear. And when they do, you will smile inwardly, for you will know that you alone caused it. Not through effort, but through imagination. There is no limit to this power. It does not matter how long you have been apart, how many mistakes were made, how hopeless it may seem. Time means nothing to consciousness. What you assume now determines what must follow. Even if years have passed, even if they live far away, your assumption of being loved here and now sets forces in motion beyond comprehension. They will dream of you, think of you, feel a pull they cannot explain, and sooner or later, they must return. And if you should ever doubt, remind yourself that doubt is simply a forgotten truth. You have believed in the outer world more than the inner one. Bring your attention back. Close your eyes and see what you wish to see. Hear what you wish to hear. Feel what you wish to feel. The moment you do, the unseen is set in motion. You do not need to repeat it endlessly. You need only to know it is done. The most beautiful part of this truth is that it frees you. You no longer need to chase, to fear, to beg, or to wait. You are not dependent on anyone's approval or action. The world is yourself pushed out. So the moment you change yourself, the world follows. You become the center of power, serene and unshakable. You no longer ask, will they come back? Because you know they cannot do otherwise. The love you have claimed is eternal. This understanding transforms everything. You no longer react to silence or absence. When you look at their social media, when you hear of them elsewhere, you no longer feel anxiety. You smile inwardly, knowing that what you see is old news. The real story, the living reality, is already yours. The moment you assume it, the outer world must catch up. Feel the joy now, not later. When you imagine your SP holding you, saying they missed you, you are not imagining to get it. You are imagining because you have it. You are communing with your own reality. The outer event will mirror it, but your fulfillment is not dependent on that mirror. You live from the inner satisfaction, and the mirror must reflect it. Your SP cannot let you go, because consciousness cannot abandon its own creation. You conceive them as yours, as loving you, and that conception is eternal. Even if they appear to forget, they cannot. The seed remains within them. Life will orchestrate circumstances to awaken that seed. A song, a memory, a dream, a random thought. It will rise, and they will feel drawn back without understanding why. But you will know. Your only task is to remain faithful to the inner reality. Faith is not blind belief, it is loyalty to the unseen. When you persist in the knowing that it is already done, your SP's return becomes inevitable. The law cannot fail. What you assume and persist in must harden into fact. Imagine tonight as you fall asleep that they are beside you. Feel the warmth of their presence. Hear their breathing. Whisper words of love, not to summon them, but because they are already here in consciousness. Fall asleep in that feeling, and you will awaken in a world moving toward that truth. Perhaps days will pass, perhaps weeks, but the outer world must conform. Your SP will reach out, compelled by an unseen force, drawn back into the orbit of your love. And when they do, you will not be surprised. You will simply smile, because you know that nothing ever happens by chance. You will see how every event, every seeming detour, was guiding both of you toward this perfect alignment, you will understand that love was never lost. It was only waiting for recognition. So let your heart rest. Let your imagination lead. Speak the words inwardly. They always come back. They never stopped loving me. I am their peace, their home, their deepest desire. Feel the truth of it. Feel it until it becomes natural, until you no longer question it. When it feels natural, it is done. Do not concern yourself with appearances. Do not measure time. Simply be. Your SP is not separate from you. They are the reflection of your inner state, and you have chosen love. So love not in yearning, but in fulfillment. Love as one who already has. This is the secret of creation. The world responds to the state you occupy. Occupy the state of being loved, and love will surround you. Occupy the state of being chosen, and you will be chosen again and again. Occupy the state of being remembered, and you will never be forgotten. Your SP can never let go, because you and they are one in consciousness. You are the dreamer and the dream. You are the cause and the effect. There is no power outside of you. So go within, assume your desire fulfilled, and rest in that knowing. The outer world will mirror your inner certainty, and your SP will return, not as a stranger, but as the reflection of the love you have become. And when they do, you will realize that it was never about getting them back. It was always about remembering who you are. You are the love that calls them home. You are the awareness that creates. You are the dreamer awakening to the truth that all things are possible, and that love, once imagined, can never be lost. That is why they cannot let you go. Because you never let go of the truth. Because you dare to believe that what you imagine is real. Because you chose love, and love, being eternal, must return multiplied. This is the law, and the law never fails. And so, when you find yourself alone in the quiet of the night, when the memories of them flood your mind, understand that you are not longing for something absent. You are communing with what already exists in the unseen. The H you feel is not emptiness, it is life itself reminding you that your imagination is the bridge between worlds. You are feeling the nearness of what is already yours, though the senses may yet deny it. The invisible is always first, the visible is simply its echo. When you allow yourself to feel love without needing proof, when you close your eyes and rest, in the knowing that your SP loves you deeply, you ignite the cause that must bring forth its visible form. It is not a question of if, but when, for your assumption sets the timeline. There is such power in the simple, knowing that you are the center of your universe. When you cease chasing, everything begins to chase you. When you stop wondering if they think of you, they cannot stop thinking of you. When you stop asking when they will call, the phone rings. The external world rearranges to serve your inner conviction, because it has no life apart from it. You are not waiting for your SP to realize their feelings. You are awakening to the truth that they already have, and your faith allows it to crystallize. Even when appearances contradict you, remain loyal to your vision. The contradiction is only the dying echo of an old state. It will fade if you do not feed it. When doubt creeps in, do not fight it. Simply return to your inner scene, the one where you are already together, already loved. Feel it again until it soothes you. Each time you return to that inner knowing, you strengthen the bridge between the unseen and the seen. Your SP may not yet be aware of what draws them back, but the pull will grow irresistible. They may try to distract themselves, to move on, but the law cannot be denied. The image you hold within your consciousness, is more real than any external distraction. You must understand that love is never lost. It only transforms according to the state you occupy. If you have believed in loss, you will experience it. But if you now believe in unbreakable union, then union must manifest. You cannot be both the one who has and the one who lacks in the same moment. Choose your state and let it be final. There is no partial creation. The universe responds absolutely. If you dwell in the end, your SP must reflect it. You are not commanding them through words or actions. You are commanding reality through consciousness. Every moment you imagine, you create. Every word spoken inwardly is a decree. If you speak from lack, you decree absence. If you speak from fulfillment, you decree reunion. Your SP's subconscious is one with yours, and they receive every message you impress upon it. When you feel loved, they feel love. When you feel peace, they feel drawn to your peace. When you feel complete, they feel magnetized to your wholeness. That is why you never chase, because chasing implies separation. You only rest in the feeling of being the one they cannot let go of, the one they always return to, because that is the truth in consciousness. Notice how everything begins to shift the moment you accept this. You walk differently. You speak differently. There is a quiet confidence in your being. You no longer seek validation because you know creation is finished. You no longer check for signs because you have become the sign. The world bends to reflect your inner transformation. Perhaps they suddenly reach out. Perhaps you cross paths unexpectedly. Perhaps a message appears just when you stop looking. These are not coincidences. They are the outpicturing of your new state. You must remember that there is no separation in consciousness. The distance between you and your SP is only a thought. Erase that thought, and you erase the distance. When you think of them, do not think of someone far away. Think of them here within you. Feel their love as present now. Speak to them inwardly as if they can hear, for indeed they can. The subconscious knows no barriers. Every inner conversation is a command. If you speak from love, they will respond in love. When you persist in this awareness, life begins to weave circumstances with perfect precision. The events that unfold will seem miraculous to others, but you will know it is simply the law in action. They may confess that they couldn't stop thinking about you, that something kept pulling them back. They may tell you they dreamt of you, that they realized no one compares. These are not random occurrences. They are evidence that your inner assumption has taken hold. What was once invisible is now made visible, and you will look upon your creation with quiet wonder. Still, you must never fall back into fear. Fear only arises when you forget who you are. You are not the one hoping to be chosen. You are the chooser. You are not at the mercy of someone's feelings. You are the cause of them. The power that made them love you once is the same power that makes them return. That power has never left you. It is you. And when you live from this awareness, you become untouchable, magnetic, radiant. You no longer wonder if they love you. You know that they do, because love flows from you, not toward you. Each time you imagine your SP, do not imagine them as distant or uncertain. See them as already yours. Feel their arms around you. Hear them saying, "I could never let you go." Feel the relief and joy as if it were happening now. Do not wait for evidence. Let the feeling be the evidence. The more real it feels within, the faster it will take form without. Every moment of imagination plants a seed, and every seed must bear fruit. You cannot fail when you know the law. And even if days pass, even if nothing seems to change, remain unmoved. Your work is not to make something happen. It is to remain faithful to what you have already created in imagination. The invisible always precedes the visible. Seeds sprout in silence before they rise through the soil. So too does your SP's return. Do not dig up the seed to check its progress. Trust that it is unfolding perfectly. The moment you rest in the feeling of completion, the universe rushes to align. There will come a time when the memory of separation will feel like a dream you once believed. You will look at your SP and realize that the journey was never about bringing them back, but about awakening to your power. You will see how every tear, every moment of longing, was guiding you toward this realization. You were never meant to chase love. You were meant to remember that you are love itself. And when love knows itself, it cannot be denied. So keep imagining, not as a desperate act, but as a natural expression of your power. Imagine until it feels natural, until it feels inevitable. Let your days be filled with gratitude for what already is. Let your nights be filled with the warmth of union. As you dwell in this state, the outer world will bow to your command. The faces, the places, the words, all will rearrange to mirror the reality within. You will find yourself in the exact scene you once imagined, hearing the very words you once felt. And it will seem so effortless that you may wonder if it was always meant to be. The truth is, it always was. Every love story is written first in consciousness. Every reunion begins as a thought felt deeply enough to become fact. Your SP cannot let you go because you have never let go of the truth. And the truth is this: what you assume, you become, and what you become, the world must reflect. Continue to feel it real. Continue to walk in the knowing that they are yours, that they have always been yours. Each heartbeat, each breath, affirms the law at work. There is no distance, no time, no obstacle that can stand against the creative power of your awareness. And as you persist, life will unfold in such divine order that all who witness it will call it destiny. But you will know it was your assumption all along, made flesh by faith and sustained by love. And when you move through your day with this calm knowing, you start to notice subtle shifts all around you. Things that once seemed random now feel orchestrated. Songs you hear, words you read, even the passing thoughts of others begin to echo your inner state. It's as though life itself starts whispering back to you the same truth you've been declaring within, that your SP can't let go, that love is inevitable, that you are chosen beyond all measure. Every reflection confirms what you have already accepted in consciousness. You no longer seek validation from the outer world, because the outer world can only echo what you have already decided to be true. In moments of quiet reflection, when you feel that gentle warmth of love flow through you, understand that this is creation in motion. That warmth is evidence that the new state has taken root. It is the vibration of the unseen aligning itself with your inner conviction. You are no longer the one yearning for love. You have become love's embodiment, and in doing so, you magnetize everything that matches your vibration. Your SP feels this shift too. Though they may not consciously understand why, something within them stirs. A sense of home, of peace, of inevitability that leads them back to you. It is not manipulation, it is resonance. You have changed frequency, and they must harmonize with it. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you choose faith over doubt, you are rewriting the script of your reality. You are selecting a new version of your SP, a new version of yourself, a new timeline where only love exists. The universe bends easily to your assumption because it was never fixed. It was always fluid, waiting for direction from the consciousness that commands it. You. The moment you declare it done, the moment you feel it real, everything begins to move in your favor, even in ways you cannot yet see. Circumstances rearrange, people shift roles, events unfold perfectly to lead you into alignment with what you have already accepted within. It is effortless when you understand that there is nothing to fix, nothing to chase, nothing to force. The version of reality where your SP loves you, where you are together, already exists. It is not somewhere far away in time, it is here, waiting for you to occupy it. To shift into that reality, you do not need effort. You need acceptance. You simply close your eyes and dwell there, letting the feeling of being loved become more real than the outer illusion. When it feels natural, it must manifest, for nature itself obeys the law of assumption. You may begin to notice synchronicities, seeing their name more often, dreaming of them, feeling their presence as though they were near. Do not question these things. They are signs that the bridge of incidents is forming. They are the ripples that precede the wave of manifestation. Each sign is confirmation that your inner world is birthing a new reality. You need not chase these signs, for they are the natural byproduct of your faith. They arrive not to convince you, but to remind you that you were right all along. In the stillness of your imagination lies the greatest creative force in existence. It does not struggle, it does not strain, it simply knows. When you sit quietly and feel your SP's love as your current reality, you are speaking the only language the universe understands: feeling. And feeling is the secret. The one who feels it real, even for a moment, creates reality itself. Your SP cannot resist that feeling because they are part of it. They are the reflection of that inner love, and reflection cannot separate from the source. Even if the outer world presents delay, do not call it delay, call it alignment. Life is adjusting, synchronizing itself with your inner state. The phone call, the meeting, the reconciliation are all already written. You are simply walking the bridge that leads you there, and the bridge is built by faith. Walk with peace in your heart, knowing that every step brings you closer to what you already possess. The old story is gone. It has no life unless you give it life. Speak only of the new story, live only from the new story, and the world will conform. And as you live in that new story, your energy changes so deeply that others begin to feel it too. People speak to you differently, opportunities unfold effortlessly. You notice beauty where before you saw confusion. You are no longer in a state of waiting. You are in a state of being. This is when your SP's return becomes inevitable, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. They will find their way to you naturally, drawn by the very love you have become. Your SP may come with words of realization, saying they finally understand what they lost, that they cannot stop thinking about you, that no one compares. They might express confusion at their own feelings, unable to explain the sudden pull that brought them back. But you will know. You will recognize the pattern, the unfolding of the assumption you planted. Every word they say will sound like the echo of your own inner conversations. What you once whispered in imagination is now spoken aloud. What you once felt in silence now fills the air around you. Even in that moment, you will not feel surprise, only gratitude. You will see that the power was never in them. It was always in you. You were the one who gave life to the experience. You were the one who held faith when appearances denied it. You were the one who dared to believe in love as a living reality. And because you believed, The universe had no choice but to conform. What you imagine becomes what you experience. What you feel becomes what you attract. So let your heart remain steady in this truth. When thoughts of doubt appear, smile at them, for they are merely the echoes of a past belief trying to linger. Do not resist them. Simply replace them with the new truth. Speak within yourself, they always return to me. They cannot let go because I am their peace, their home, their desire. Let these words sink deeply, not as a plea, but as an acknowledgement of what already is. Every repetition impresses the subconscious, and the subconscious brings it forth. You are the script writer, the director, and the star of your reality. Every scene plays according to the lines you've written in your imagination. When you choose to write love, the universe directs everyone involved to fulfill that part. Your SP has no choice but to play their role because you have assigned it through the authority of your assumption. And as long as you remain in that knowing, the play unfolds perfectly. You are not waiting for the curtain to rise. It already has. You are living the masterpiece now, and the world is catching up to your awareness of it. Keep feeling it real. Keep walking in the state of already having. The more you do, the more the illusion of separation dissolves. There comes a moment where you no longer even crave proof, because the feeling of love within you is so alive, so complete, that it satisfies entirely. And it is at that very point, when you no longer need it to appear, that it appears. The mirror reflects perfectly the image held in stillness, and what a beautiful reflection it will be. The return, the reconciliation, the love that feels inevitable because it always was. And so, let this truth echo within you until it becomes your living awareness. There is no power outside of you. What you decree within must show itself without. Your SP cannot let go because you are the cause, the center, the creative source of the entire experience. When you stand firm in the knowing that you are already loved, already chosen, already united, the universe bends to that conviction with unwavering obedience. Love is not something to be earned, chased, or persuaded. It is the natural expression of your consciousness when you dare to believe in your own power. The outer world is only a mirror, and when you look into that mirror with faith instead of fear, it reflects back devotion instead of distance. Your SPs return their affection, their desire for you. It is all an echo of the love you have accepted within. This understanding is your freedom. You no longer plead for love. You embody it. You no longer wait for proof. You create it. You no longer question if they'll come back. You know they must, because the law of assumption never fails. So, live as the one who is already loved beyond measure. Walk as the embodiment of the fulfilled desire. Speak and think only from the reality of union. And when you do, the world will move in perfect harmony with your inner state. Your SP will find their way to you not by chance, but by divine design. Because your faith, your imagination, and your love have written the story that must now unfold. You are the dreamer and the dream, the cause and the effect, and nothing, not time, not distance, not circumstance, can stand against the power of your assumption. Believe, feel, and rest in this truth they cannot let go of you, because in the eyes of creation, you were never apart.